Okay, are we ready for a story? Alright, so tonight's story will be 3 stories, and each of them will be slightly longer. The first story is about a girl and her shoes. And the name of the story is called Laura's New Shoes. And the story goes like this. Laura loves new shoes. She loved going to the shoe shop and taking ages to choose her favorite pair. Then she loved walking home in her new shoes, carrying her old ones back in a cardboard box. One day, her mother said, "Laura, the toe of your shoes are scuffed and the heels look a little worn. Put on your coat and we'll go to the shop to choose some new one." The shoe shop was empty, so Laura could take her time to look around at all the new styles and different colors. At last, her mother said, "Laura, you have had lots of time to choose. Which pair would you like?" Laura sighed. She loved the shiny patterned leather ones with the ankle strap and silver buckles. She thought the pink shoe decorated with tiny hearts and fastened with pearl buttons was simply wonderful. But most of all, she really wanted the red and yellow shoe with fancy laces. "Laura," said her mother, "have you made up your mind?" Laura took a deep breath and pointed to some dull brown slip-on shoes hidden at the bottom of the racks. "I'll have that pair," whispered Laura, "and I would like to leave my old shoe on and carry the new one home in a box." Inside the box was a door. Not an ordinary door, but a door with laces and buttons and bow, even zips all over her clothes. If you practice on this special door, you soon learn to fasten anything. And that is exactly what Laura did so. The next time she went shopping to buy shoes, Laura chose just what she really wanted. The rest of the day, Laura was very quiet. She took her new shoes upstairs and put them in her wardrobe. She didn't even try them on, but kept them shut away in the cardboard box. "Laura," said her mother as she put her to bed that night, "why did you choose such a dull pair of shoes?" Poor Laura looked miserable. All the nicest shoes in the shop had buckles, bows, and buttons, and I can't fasten any of those. How Laura's mother laughed. "Is that all?" she said. "I know an easy way to learn, but you have to wait until tomorrow to find out." Early next morning, Laura's mother went to the shops, but she didn't take Laura. When she returned, she was carrying a parcel in fancy wrapping paper. "Is it a present for me?" asked Laura eagerly. "Open it and see," replied her mother. Inside the box was a door. Not an ordinary door, but a door with laces and buttons and bow, even zips, all over her clothes. So if you practice on this special door, you soon learn to fasten anything. And that is exactly what Laura did. So, the next time she went shopping to buy shoes, Laura chose just what she really wanted. The end. Now come to the next story. The next story is about a girl, a rabbit, a clown, and a sailor. The name of the story is called Evangeline Sets Sail. And the story goes like this. One day, Evangeline the China doll and her friends went to the pond for a picnic. As they sat on the grass eating their lunch, they watched the boat sailing across the boating lake. "I would like to go for a sail," said Evangeline as she reached for the last chocolate biscuit. "That's a good idea," said the sailor doll, jumping up quickly. "We'll hire a boat right away." "I want that one with the big striped sail," shouted Evangeline as the sailor doll crossed the grass. "You others can share the small boat." "Have you ever sailed before, Evangeline?" asked the blue rabbit. "Lots of time," snapped Evangeline as she floated away in the biggest boat. The sailor doll and the others had a wonderful time skimming across the water all afternoon. As for Evangeline, she stayed in the same spot for hours. "Do you need help?" the sailor doll shouted as she sped by. "Not at all," Evangeline yelled back, tossing her head in the air. All of a sudden, she overbalanced and fell overboard, and her boat floated away to the other side of the lake. "Help! Help!" Evangeline screamed as she thrashed about in the water. "It's very cold and my clothes are getting wet. Get me out of here once." "I thought you would get a good sailor," laughed the sailor dolls, and he steered his boat towards her. The others were giggling too. "Stop laughing at once," screamed Evangeline. "If you don't rescue me, I shall drown." This made her friend laugh so much that they almost upset their boat. That part of the lake was very shallow, and everyone knew that if Evangeline stood up, she would be quite saved. "You're not in no danger at all," smiled the sailor doll, and when Evangeline stopped splashing about and stood up, the water came just above her knees. The sailor doll helped Evangeline into the boat with all the others. Hip hoop hop kaboop. "Why did you make such a fuss?" asked the blue rabbit. "How was I supposed to know that the water wasn't deep?" cried Evangeline, dripping wet. "You see, I can't swim." Everyone gasped. "You can't swim?" They all chorused. "Then you must learn straight away." Now, how Evangeline learned to swim is another story. The end. Now come the last story. The last story is about a boy and a thief. And the name of the story is called Bill's New Job. And the story goes like this. Once upon a time, there was a very nice man named Bill. He worked in an office, but found his job very tiresome. "Oh dear," sighed Bill, at the end of a very long, dull week. "I really must look for another job, one a bit more exciting." So that very day, he put away his pens, said goodbye to everybody, goodbye in the office, and left. "What job shall I do now?" Bill asked himself as he walked home. "Shall I be a farmer, or a baker, or a bus driver, or a bricklayer?" Bill wondered if he needs special training for this job. Suddenly, he thought of a marvelous idea. "I'll be a burglar. That sure be different." So that day, Bill went to the library and took out a book called How to Be a Successful Burglar. You will need soft shoes to walk on tiptoe, a mask to disguise your face, a powerful torch to use on pitch-black night, a rope ladder to climb in and out of tall buildings, the book said, and a big sack to carry the loot. Oh dear me, gasped Bill. I hate heights and I'm afraid of dark, but I do want to be a burglar. He thought for a while. I know, I'll go out in the daytime. The very next morning, Bill took some money out of his bank account and bought all the things that he needed to be a real burglar. The afternoon was bright and sunny. What a lovely day for my very first burglary, said Bill. So straight away he set off down the road with his mask on his face and a huge sack slung over his shoulder. As Bill walked through the town, people came out of the banks and shops to say hello to their friends as he passes by. How can I be a burglar when this crowd behind me, said Bill, rather surprised. At last, they reached the town hall and the mayor himself came out to greet Bill. What a wonderful beard costume, laughed the mayor as he handed Bill an enormous silver cup. You have just won first prize in this afternoon's fancy dress competition. Well done. Everyone cheered, but Bill looked a bit glum. I'll never make a burglar, he sighed. Everyone has recognized me, and now I don't have a job. Poor Bill took off his burglar's mask and sat down on the step of the town hall. Would you like a job working for me? Asked the mayor, who saw how downhearted Bill looked. I need someone to drive my long black car and look after my golden regalia. Bill agreed at once. He put on his brand new chauffeur uniform and while no one was looking, threw the burglar outfit into the nearest dustbin. And that's the end of Bill's job. The end. Good night, everybody. Good night, baby. Good night. Sleep tight. See you tomorrow. Shh.